Fame right now, stepping inside. Danny Swift Garcia.
Yeah, baby.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, bro.
Hey,
You're
man.
not gonna slam me or nothing,
No,
right?
no, man. I'm off duty as well as I'm retired.
Right.
I don't want to do nothing physical
Right.
but watch you guys go out there and do your thing. But I got you in here, man. I got somebody here that can speak from personal experience. You've been out there with Keith Thurman. You guys locked horns, went back and forth, 12 rounds, split decision. It could have went either way. You being in there, what's your prediction on this fight?
My prediction, I think it's a 50-50 fight. I think Thurman should win the fight. I think he has the edge because he's stronger and he's younger. But Manny has the experience. I think Thurman should win, but something in my heart is telling me if it goes to the decision that Pacquiao's gonna get it.
I mean,
I don't know why.
Isn't that something in your heart because you know you was that young kid, you know, wanting to be a boxer one day and wanting to be a champion, and you saw Manny do so much in the sport, and you say, man, it's hard to go against him. Is that what it is?
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. I grew up watching Manny Pacquiao, but he's a legend, man. It's hard to see him losing an event where everything's promoted his way.
But you know, on the other hand, you know, when you went into the fight with Keith Thurman, you was undefeated, he was undefeated. You didn't know how to lose.
Exactly.
You had no fear of losing because you had never lost before.
Exactly.
That cloak of invincibility, I mean, do you think that's going to help Keith Thurman going into a fight like this?
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially the odds are on his side. He's undefeated. He's younger, he's stronger. You know, Manny's been beat a lot of times. So everything is in his favor. But like I said, for some reason, if it goes to the decision, but I can see Manny Pacquiao hitting the floor. I can see him getting dropped. I don't know, getting knocked out, but I can see him getting dropped. But like I said before, it's a 50-50 fight, and may the best man win. You
know, what I've been noticing with Manny Pacquiao over the years, of course, his skill level is still there. You know, as far as the sweet science, he still knows that very, very well. But one thing I've noticed about Manny, as he's gotten older, he lunges in a lot more. He tries to take chances, and I think, you know, with Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao, I think it's going to come a time in that fight, round 9, 10, that he could get desperate, leap into something and bang the fight. And the thing is, you know, I think the one thing that people are looking at the Josecito Lopez fight.
Exactly.
Coming back, you know, Thurman having to go a hard 12 rounds. But do you think, like I think, I don't know, let me know if I'm right or wrong, coming back to a fight like that with Josecito Lopez off a 2-year layoff, Riverside Rocky, he's not a bum, he's not a tomato can or anything. Do you think that fight could have helped him, you know, prepare for this kind of fight?
In boxing, they say you only as good as your last fight.
Yeah.
But you can't ever go by that. You feel me? That's what the critics go by, your last fight. But he was out the ring for 2 years. I'm pretty sure he done knocked off the cobwebs, and he should be ready for this fight tomorrow.
Yeah. One thing before I let you get out of here, how old are you right now?
31.
31 years old. And we got so many young guys that's around that same age. And they picking Manny Pacquiao to win. But most of the guys that around that age, none of you guys have ever woke up one day with 40-year-old legs. You know, and it's hard to know what it feels like if you've never done that. You know what I mean? From the outside looking in, I was just explaining a second ago, you can have a 20-year-old car, and on the outside it look real shiny. I mean, the base is bumping. You know what I mean? But the undercarriage, you know what I mean, might have a
200,000 miles.
You feel me? You know what I mean? So how much tread is left on the tire for Manny Pacquiao? We're gonna find out tomorrow night. You just heard from Danny Swift Garcia. It could go either way, but Manny Pacquiao is in his heart. But I think on the betting odds, you know, if you're in there, you know, getting ready to put some money down, it's gonna be on Keith Thurman. We're gonna find out on Saturday night. Appreciate you for stepping inside the Hall of Fame.
I appreciate it.
Hey, we're inside the Hall of Fame right now. Legendary Leonard, Ellerbe, guy that's done it all. He's been a part of the money team for many, many years, and that's one thing I want to talk about. And we were just talking about guys, you know, carving their own path. You know, I remember back when Floyd Mayweather, you know, was, you know, working on the other side, you know, competing with Oscar De La Hoya, and he said, man, I'm gonna step away and I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna create my own. How important you think it was for Floyd to actually pull something off like that?
Well, it's always been very important because we always wanted to be our own bosses.
We wanted to create a legacy that people could always remember that we always thought outside the box. And that's what we were able to do. He became the first boxer ever to earn $1 billion. One of the first athletes ever to do that, obviously. And to just to change the game. Floyd's been a game changer. We've always had the mindset, again, thinking outside the box. That's why I put him on Dancing with the Stars. I put him in WWE. And, you know, he's done so many wonderful things in the sport of boxing, uplifted so many other fighters. And now we've been able to break records promoting these huge events. And speaking of that, we have another one tomorrow night.
Awesome. You know, one person, you know, everybody's always, you know, all the fighters, they always give props. You know, they always say, man, I want to thank Al Heyman for making all this happen. And now Al Heyman, you know, and Fox BBC making all this happen, bringing boxing back to fruition to the way it was back in the day. How important has Al Heyman been to the game?
Oh, Al's been, that's my guy. We're business partners. I'm probably the closest person to him, you know, from the business side and actually personal. We talk 6-7 times every day. You know, we do a lot of great things together. He's been a blessing to me, to my family. He's like the older brother kind of thing, but you know, we're business partners, and we you know, we're family. He's done so many dynamic things in this sport already. We all know he was a legendary promoter for many years, and he crossed over into the business of boxing, and he's helped elevate the sport to where it's at today. And you're right, he doesn't get enough credit. That's my brother.
You know, I think, you know, he get enough credit from the people that
got a lot of haters though.
Yeah,
lot of haters.
I'm sure he does, because he's groundbreaking. He's doing something that no man of color perhaps have ever done.
Well, we again, we built this Mayweather thing together, and we were able to take it to a whole nother level. When you look around sports in general, when it comes to African American representation, I think us and LeBron James are the only two elite athletes that are out there who have African American representation, and it's truly it's groundbreaking, and it's a true blessing. We've been able to help so many other athletes and people of color, minorities. You know, we've been able to change the game, and that's really what it's about.
Hey, Floyd, you know, he's fought a long time, into his 40s. He's still been very successful. There have been elite boxers like that before, Bernard Hopkins, you know, George Foreman, you know, Jersey Joe Walcott. What do you think about Manny Pacquiao's chances at 40 years old going into this fight with a young lion, undefeated champion who has that cloak of invincibility and a Keith Thurman? How do you think this fight's going to fare out?
Well, Booker, I'll tell you like this. Anytime you have, for starters, this is a big event. Anytime you have a 40-year-old man fighting a 30-year-old man who's in the prime of his career, and people are talking about it's a 50-50 fight, that tells you everything what you need to know about what Manny Pacquiao brings to this table. He's a legendary fighter, and again, he's 40 years old, but he don't fight like he's 40 years old. You know, I expect a big performance from Manny tomorrow night. He's really fired up about this fight. There's been a lot of trash talking that Keith Thurman has been doing, and I've never really seen things get to Manny. We've developed a relationship over the years. Obviously, you know, after him and Floyd fought, you know, we're working hand in hand with him now, promoting his career, and I know firsthand he's waiting to get at Keith tomorrow night.
So, okay, you're working with him. But I gotta ask you, you know, you gotta be picking him to win, but not if he's gonna win it, how he's gonna win it.
Well, I think it's gonna be a great fight. I think that if Manny's able to use his experience, because we know Keith's gonna come out and he's gonna come out strong. If Manny can weather the storm in the first few rounds, I think he's gonna be okay. All right, I think he's gonna be okay.
I tell you, man, everybody got their thoughts, and my thing I've been saying, man. You know, a lot of the young guys been picking Manny Pacquiao to win this fight too, and a lot of those young fighters that's been picking Manny to win, all of those guys have something in common. They don't have an undefeated record, as well as they've never woken up with 40-year-old legs.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out tomorrow night exactly.
Well, Manny's had a great camp, and he's trusted his body. He's worked smart, and that's one thing that a lot of the fans don't know out there. He's 40, but he's really not 40. You know what I'm saying?
And one thing about a true athlete knows his own body. An athlete knows how far he can push himself. And I think.
And Booker, what he's been able to do, he's been able to understand that, and he's been able to rest. He's understanding that he's an older fighter now, so he's taking time off in between workouts. He's gonna be ready tomorrow night.
I tell you, I'm looking forward to it. More importantly, man, awesome talking.
Big fan, man.
No, man, I'm a huge fan.
Keep up the great work. You're doing wonderful things. It's nothing but a blessing.
Thanks for stepping inside the Hall of Fame.
All right, my dude.